Hey, what's up? Michael Nicastro here. I'm gonna cook something in my kitchen today. So a lot of times people always ask me, they're like, Michael, what is your favorite food? And it's honestly a really difficult question for me because I love everything. But one food or one item that I really love is pasta or noodles. I guess it has to do with my upbringing, being Italian and Chinese. It's naturally in my blood. You know, it's funny because when I was 19 years old, I had the privilege to go to Italy on a study abroad trip, and I was doing a sustainable agriculture program where we got to learn about Italian culture, Italian cuisine, and we went to a lot of farms and we learned about the process. Well, one excursion we had was a cooking day, which was basically we were just taking a cooking class, but it was really fun. It was in Italy. Lucky me. So after we finished making maybe 3 pastas, a meat dish, and some appetizers, my professor at the time, he was a German guy, so he was neutral. He was like, Michael, the Chinese may have invented pasta, but the Italians perfected it. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, and everyone was like, oh, like everyone was around me and everyone was like, oh. I don't think either one is better, but a couple differences or similarities between them I'm going to go through right now. So here I have some Italian pasta. Usually pasta is made with semolina wheat flour, okay? That's what gives it the yellow color. Semolina is a little bit yellow in color. And then Asian noodles, I have some lo mein noodles here. They are also usually made with wheat flour, but Asian noodles are a little bit more diverse. They can be made with different flours, like buckwheat flour, potato flour. There's just more variety. Rice flour too. Another key difference is in how these are made. So pasta is usually rolled out, okay? It's rolled with a rolling pin and rolled out. Whereas Asian noodles are usually stretched and kind of torn, okay? They're stretched, so they're a little bit springier and a little bit chewier texture. So I'm going to make you a quick and easy dish. These are all staples that you probably have in your pantry that you could use right now, especially during this time. So I'm going to make you pasta with tuna, okay? So I have some medium shell pasta here. I like these because I feel like it matches nicely with the chopped tuna. I have some Italian tuna in olive oil. You can just use any tuna that you have. I also have some anchovies. I like anchovies a lot. It gives a nice flavor. These are packed in oil too. And then I have a small onion. I have 1 clove of garlic. I have a little bit of tomato sauce. And I have some breadcrumbs, which I'm going to toast for you, as well as some arugula and peas, because I like to add some green into everything. Alright, I also have some soy sauce. I'm going to sneak this in somewhere. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to chop up some garlic and onions. So I have 1 clove of garlic here. I'm going to look at my nice little smash it. I have a purple knife. So everyone likes chopping garlic and onions. So I'm going to take the skin off and alright, and just, there's no right way, just slice this up. Don't cut your finger like I always do. Alright. There we go. Now I have the onion here. I have a small onion. You can add more onion if you want. I'm going to chop the top off and the bottom. Okay. Again, be careful. So now I'm going to remove the skin. Also with onions, the first layer is usually very tough, so be sure to remove that too, like this part here. You can add it in if you want, but it's a little bit tough. So I'm removing this. Okay. This knife is not sharp. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna caramelize these onions or saute them for a long period of time so they start to get a little bit sweet and break them down. So I'm not gonna cut these so small, I'm gonna keep them kind of large, so just in long strands. Yes, this knife is kind of dull, but it's not the knife, it's the person that uses it. I don't cook that much, but I do like to experiment and try new dishes from time to time, and I like to make easy, simple recipes, okay? Okay, so now I'm opening my can of tuna and it's packed in olive oil, so I'm gonna actually use this olive oil to saute the onions and to pan fry the breadcrumbs, alright? It's a lot of flavor in there. Tuna in there for now. So I have a pot of boiling water getting ready for my pasta. I have a big wok style pot that I'm using to cook the tuna sauce in. I like to cook everything in one pot because I'm lazy and I don't want to wash it. And then I have a nice saute pan which I'm going to toast some breadcrumbs in. So first step, that oil that we saved from the tuna, I'm going to add a little bit to this pan. As you can see, my pan is very hot. Twirl this around. You could use a wok too. I'm going to lower the heat. Okay, and I'm going to add my onions in. So this is on medium heat right now. I'm just going to let these go. So I want these to caramelize a little bit, but you don't have to have them caramelized. I just want them to kind of break down and become a little bit sweeter. In order to do that, I'm going to add a touch of salt to help it start sweating. Some sea salt. Not too much though. It's going to be a salty dish. Okay. I have some Italian breadcrumbs. You can use any breadcrumbs you have. You don't need to use breadcrumbs, but I always have some breadcrumbs laying around my house because we make meatballs and stuff like that. So I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to add what I think is the right amount just to coat the pan. Turn it up a little bit. Alright, so I added the tuna into the pan. I broke this up a little bit and the anchovies kind of melted. I also added my secret ingredient, soy sauce, which adds it another depth of flavor. And I added some red pepper flakes. You can add it if you want, you don't have to. I'm going to add my onions back in the pan, my caramelized onions. And stir this around. So I have the tuna, I have the red pepper flakes, I have the anchovies, I have the garlic, I have my caramelized onion, a little bit of soy sauce. These are a lot of notes of flavor that I'm building into there. It's like music. I'm making my own song right here with all these layers. Sometimes you gotta freestyle. So I have medium heat. I'm gonna add a little bit of tomato sauce into here. There we go. And stir this around. Alright. I'm going to add it to the mixture right here. I'm going to add in some pasta water too. The pasta water will help emulsify the sauce. So now I'm just going to stir this. Alright, just stir this a little bit. Back to medium heat. This is going to thicken up a little bit. So keep stirring, keep stirring. There's some peas in the refrigerator. I like to add a little green to everything. So here we go. That looks nice. So I'm stirring this a little bit more. Now I'm just going to cook it until the peas are nice and soft. See if it's salty enough or too salty. You know, I don't cook that much, but when I do, I like to try new things. It might be not good, it might be good, who knows. Ooh, it's good. I taste the richness from the anchovies. And I just add a little bit of tomato sauce and the onions. I think it's perfect. Giant spoon. This is ready. Tastes good. So you have the sweetness from the caramelized onions, the garlic, a little heat from the pepper flake, the tuna, and the olive oil. My peas are cooked. I'll put this in a plate right here. I like to do everything family style, no individual plating here. There we go. Alright, just like that. Some breadcrumbs on top for crunch, and my hands have been washed for 20 minutes with soap and water. Not 20 minutes, 1 minute, 20 seconds. 20 seconds with salt and water. Salt and water. My hands have been washed with soap and water for 20 seconds. Okay, definitely gotta do that. It's good. And here I have some fresh arugula for garnish. You don't need to add this, but it's in my refrigerator. Just make it look nicer. There we go. That's what it is. Alright, so we have the pasta with tuna complete. So this is my style of pasta con tonno or spaghetti con tonno. So if you see this in an Italian restaurant for $15, you don't need to buy it. You can make it at home however you like. Alright, let's try this out. So I feel like this dish is good because everyone has some of these ingredients in the refrigerator. All you need is a can of tuna, some garlic and onion, and a little bit of tomato sauce, and you have a dish. You don't need the anchovy, you don't need the breadcrumb. It's perfect. Forgot to mention that I use breadcrumbs to top off this pasta. You could add some cheese too, but growing up, adding cheese to any seafood dish was a sin. And I know some Italians, it depends. Actually, Italian people won't like my video anyway, so I don't care. But you can add some cheese if you like, but I prefer not so you can actually taste the seafood flavor. Thank you. Bye.